Crap.
Hey, we got more birds dying, I hear.
Really?
Yeah, and where was it? Louisiana now? Got more
Down
birds.
south?
Got more birds dying.
I've been reading a lot about this, and I've been reading a lot of comments after the stories, and boy, a lot of people bringing up that harp thing in Alaska. They got that harp array that Jesse the Body was talking about on his first season of Conspiracy Theory, his show. And so everybody's saying that's what it is.
It's not.
It's harp.
Maybe they're doing some harp shit, but birds aren't dying because of that. The ones in Louisiana, they're saying, all right, enough already. They flew into power lines. Stop.
Yeah.
This happens, and that's what happened down here. They lost 500 birds in Louisiana. And the ones in Arkansas, the more research you do on this, they say you look up, there's so many goddamn birds in the sky that that the sky looks black.
Like craziness, birds. Like birds where, you don't
We've
even
never
see the sky.
seen that many birds around here.
Yeah.
So if fireworks or some lightning happens, you're gonna fucking scare some birds. Maybe they crashed into each other. They don't have room to maneuver.
That's what it is. Maybe
they got startled and fucking did headers into each other.
Yeah, you know how birds are.
Angry birds.
Maybe they flew into some wooden or ice blocks.
Maybe they're doing a little deconstruction.
And there's a couple of piggies in there.
With hard hats.
With hard hats on.
Were pigs with hard hats found at the scene? Running away?
The pigs that sound like Uncle Paul. Yeah.
Hey, you want to get Troy in here? Because Troy has questions.
Does he have any? Has he commented on this? Has he done research on this now?
Well, I don't know. We told him.
Well, this story is a week old, about almost. He should have done a little research, right?
Well, I think Troy gets mad at us because he has questions and we don't take him seriously.
He's sauntering in.
And all we say is, do your research.
Ah, yes.
Hi, Troy. How are you, sir?
Hi, Troy.
What's going on? Drop your water
today.
Troy put his water down right by his headphones and he just knocked it over and it made me laugh.
Something happened here.
Carlos.
Get him a drink. Something happened here.
Where's your wife? You think I bring her around and let you conspiracy nuts get involved with her?
I saw that last night again. I just am laughing my balls off a raging bull.
Let you bums get involved with her?
In a cage. Have to rage.
It's the fucking greatest.
Horrid.
Troy looks defeated already. You can't be defeated. You got to hang in there because you have questions. You're representing a part of this audience that listens to this show. There's other people out there that have questions.
Dude, I'm jumping off, man. I'm just whatever the mainstream media is telling me. That's what I'm going to believe from here on out.
Attaboy. What are you doing to yourself?
No, he sounds sarcastic.
You got questions, and there's another 500 blackbirds dead in Louisiana.
Dude, it's so much easier to sleep at night if you just believe what you're told. You know?
Ignorance
we
is
are not
bliss.
saying you should believe what you're told, but all we're saying to you, if you have all these questions, you got to do a little more research.
Well, it's just when you question anything and you believe anything other than what you're being told, you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah, man.
So it's just like, why? Just go with the flow. You know what I mean? Like when they're telling you to get in the cattle car because you're being shipped off.
Oh, shit.
Just get in and go. You know what I mean? Because whatever they tell you is the truth.
It's a conspiracy.
Nice.
So just get in the cattle car?
No, that's no conspiracy. That's go with the flow.
That's what you're saying.
Let's do whatever you're told.
It's better to do that than question things.
Yeah, of course. It's just a lot easier.
We need people like you, though, Troy, to question things.
Why? Why do it?
Sorry to interrupt you guys on Morning
Joe,
MSNBC.
They're saying the next Susan Boyle?
No.
Wow.
Why is this?
Because, ugly people are not supposed to be talented, remember?
Yeah.
Jimmy made that point perfectly clear on this show.
It's true.
If you're ugly...
My parents made it to me when I was small.
If you're ugly, society has already decided that you have no fucking value.
You're valueless.
Right? Fucking assholes.
The funny thing is, nobody cares that this guy shits his pants. Oh, my God. Right. He could sell Tide.
Right.
He sounds like a radio guy.
It's amazing.
If you're an ugly fucking pig, society has decided you have no worth. You're worthless.
Zero value.
Fucking mainstream media sucks at
Let
dick.
people step over you.
I'm happy for this guy. But the funny thing is, we're interested in him because he sounds like a good radio guy.
Right.
We're just a silly country.
And you know all these stories never end happily. There's going to be some horrible thing in his past that they have to awkwardly bring up in another day or two.
He molested a child and threw him into a meat grinder.
Right, they've been looking for him for 5 years. Who wants to bet that this ends horribly?
There's got some baggage.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's got some skeletons.
I'm going on record right now. None of these stories ever end up happily. They always have to dig until they fucking kill you. And that's what they'll do with this homeless Ted Williams guy.
They'll prop him up on a little pedestal for a while.
Right.
And be like, he'll do the talk show circuit and be on Fox and Friends.
He'll end up on Letterman by tomorrow.
And then they'll dig something up like, he has an arrest record for touching children.
Sure.
Oh, boy.
Sure.
And that's probably why he doesn't have a job in radio.
But back to Troy Kwan, because he has questions.
Yeah, have you heard any more about the birds?
Why are you giving up? Because a few fans are beating you up?
No, it's fun. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's just a lot easier to go with the flow.
He's not giving up.
Don't give up.
He's not giving up.
But it's so much easier, though. You know what I mean?
He's pushing not capable of giving up. He could say he's going to give up.
We like that you have questions, but we don't like that you have no substance behind the fact you have questions.
Here's the honest-to-God truth. With conspiracy theories, I can only take so much of it, because then it becomes too much, because there's so many people that devote their lives to this, and you just become so involved with it, and I can't do it. Honestly, I can't do it. In order to wake up in the morning and be excited about life and excited about what I have going on, I can't do it.
But what is a conspiracy theory?
It's a Quanspiracy. Spiracy.
Like,
no echo. I love that. Jesus, Danny.
I love that Danny just repeated himself. That's the best.
It's more fun that way.
It certainly is.
I have a question for Troy.
Love that.
What's a Quanspiracy theory that even you find ridiculous? Like, is there one that you even look at and go, who the fuck believes that shit?
As far as like drinking water and poisoning us through drinking water, I mean,
like the fluoride.
See, that one I believe.
Or we for a we.
No,
what are we talking?
Yeah, as far as fluoride and what they're putting in your drinking water. I mean, but then again, man, I don't know. I don't do tests on it. There are people that say that the drinking water is fine, and there are people that say, look, this is what's in it. This is what this is doing to you.
So hang on, you're buying into the drinking water thing too, then?
No, I'm just saying it's hard to believe that.
He's got questions.
I like Troy. He's a lazy conspiracy theorist.
He really is.
He doesn't read anything.
But that's what they all are. But that is a conspiracy theorist.
But I'm not in here claiming to be a conspiracy theorist.
That's why we want you to be better than the average conspiracy guy.
Yeah. But I'm not claiming to do that. I've told you that I've watched
that have questions.
I've watched some of Alex Jones' movies. And they're cool. I mean, they're fascinating.
Did you hear him on our show yesterday?
I watched some of Steven Spielberg's movies. They're fascinating too.
Okay, and that's fine. And when he does a documentary, you could go, oh, you know what? That's a good point.
Yeah, but a documentary is still biased. A documentary is just presenting the facts the way that the documentary maker wants you to see those facts.
Fahrenheit 9/11 was biased.
So you could say that about anything.
I love King of Kong. I'm not gonna. It's extremely skewed, one-sided. I mean, that's obvious. But you know what? It's entertaining.
Right.
A documentary is still entertainment.
Well, I'm not in here trying to sell you on what he's saying. I'm just saying I find this interesting.
Yeah, but don't tell me to watch an Alex Jones documentary.
Did I tell you that?
You didn't watch this yet.
Did I tell you to watch it?
You're blown away. But
when did I tell you to watch it?
You're bringing it up. You think, well, you got to see this.
I said I found it. When did I say that?
Confrontational.
Why are you?
I'm just asking a question.
Yeah, and I'm answering it.
This is a fight now. What is this?
It's rules.
I just tried to be like. I wanted to have a back and forth.
And we are.
Yeah. I don't know. You're being very aggressive.
Am
now.
I?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, am I? You sure?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, damn. Yeah. That was. Am I?
Well, I'm asking because I didn't tell you to watch shit.
But you brought up his documentary.
I said I found it interesting.
All right. But I'm saying that not just because it's a documentary doesn't make it fact.
Did I say that?
You were implying.
I said I found it fascinating.
You implied it.
When did I say? How do you imply when I say I found it fascinating?
Because you brought it up.
Awkward.
It's not awkward.
It's not awkward.
Not at all.
They're asking me to come in and talk about it. Am I running in here to talk about how great Alex Jones is?
Dude, why are you being like this now? We're just talking about this.
I'm just talking.
Wow.
I don't think Troy likes the drop. Maybe we should.
I love the drop. Play it again.
Oh, shit.
It's a Quanspiracy.
By the way, Troy, if Travis comes in here, are you wearing a cup?
I think so. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Just making sure.
Yeah. I want to thank Travis for that.
Here's the problem with conspiracy. Jesse Ventura is not lazy. Like, he's not a lazy conspiracy
Yes,
guy.
I am.
And neither is Alex Jones. But those guys are agenda obsessed. Like, they're obsessed with the conspiracy being a conspiracy, otherwise their identity cease.
I'm running out of conspiracies.
And Alex Jones is lazy. He's useless until noon every day.
Well,
you heard him on the show yesterday?
That was hysterical.
He didn't even know he was on the radio.
Yeah.
And then hung up and said, I need 5 minutes, and never called us back, by the way.
But just imagine how intense that guy's life is. I mean, to constantly be sleeping and breathing conspiracy theories.
I don't think he believes it.
Let me tell you what I think about Alex Jones. Ant basically said it. I think he believes only half of the shit he says on his show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And without the passion that he puts across on the air.
Art Bell.
Yeah.
He believes a bunch of it, sure, but then he knows what his audience wants, and he goes all in. I would love, if you got him at a bar and said, look, between me and you, he would say, yeah, half that shit I don't really believe.
I would love to see somebody take something that he said and prove him wrong. I really would.
No, I would like to see him prove what he says right.
Exactly.
It's all speculation based on some theory. That's why it's theories. When the other side presents facts, the conspiracy side presents theories, and people pick up on it because they always say that the government or this overseeing body entity is the one that's blocking the information from really getting out there. So they got to dig and dig. But they never come up with any solid evidence. 9/11 is the prime example. That is the prime example of conspiracy people gone nuts, because there's absolute evidence of everything that they say is a conspiracy, yet they refute it all with just speculation.
And in true conspiracy theorist fashion, the minute they are presented with facts or logic or physics,
they don't hear it.
They just get angry and start yelling.
And they change the subject and go they try to make it like they're going deeper behind what you said. Meanwhile, they just shoved off what you said.
And it's funny because I saw a documentary about like why conspiracy theorists feel the need to get you on their side also.
Yeah.
And it all boils down to like they need this passion in their life for something.
Yeah, for anything.
And so they go and they attach themselves to these situations because they feel something for it. Even though it's not genuine, they could suck onto that feeling for a little bit and make them feel full of that
part of something,
that movement that's important.
Yeah.
They're married to the idea of the conspiracy being a conspiracy. They're not looking to find the facts.
No.
The conspiracy is, and I know that because when we had 9/11 people on, I remember the Pentagon. I had certain questions about it. I'm like, they actually raised some good points. But then I took it a step further, and I talked to people, and I read stuff, and I after like weighing everything, I just believed it actually did hit the Pentagon. And after the conspiracy theorists themselves, by their babyish way of arguing, and they're ignoring certain facts, they convinced me that it exactly was the way the government said it was. And what we all knew it was. It was a plane that hit the Pentagon. Because when certain facts were presented, they were like, I didn't want to go,
Why didn't they find any parts of an airplane?
But they did.
And they did.
They did.
They absolutely
did.
But
where is it documented, though? Where are the pictures?
Everywhere.
Go ahead.
Bring up a photo.
Conspiracies.
And don't show me the piece of aluminum siding to a plane sitting in the yard as concrete evidence.
I'll show you the damage. Like, I could show you a computer animation of exactly the damage that occurred, and then side-by-side shots of the actual real damage that happened.
How about a landing gear? How about parts of the
engines?
fuselage? And what's wrong with parts of the fuselage being spread out over the site, and parts of the landing gear that match up exactly?
And there are things that are fascinating with the Twin Towers. Supposedly, they found one of the hijackers' passports.
Muhammad Atta.
So how is a passport, which is paper, go through an explosion? There was an explosion. The plane crashes in. And somehow, and the passport's probably in the guy's bag. How does a passport go through the bag, through the plane, through the explosion, and end out on the street?
It's a conspiracy.
It got blown out, and Troy, that's such a. The thing is, that's such an odd thing to find. That there's such an easier way to plant evidence than we found a passport that blew out of a plane. Like, that is somebody obviously found it. It was one of those things that just, when the explosion, I have paper from the Trade Center. I actually have something from the 104th floor in my apartment that paper blew out of the thing, and it happens. It's an odd thing to happen.
And that's fine. But for me personally, I find it hard to believe.
You find that hard to believe, even though there's other evidence that Mohammed Atta was on that fucking plane.
Like, there's video of him in one of Bin Laden's.
Plenty of evidence. You don't just have to if you just had to take the passport and say, hey, look,
Wow, Mr. Passion over here.
Oh,
Me?
Why are you so passionate about?
Because you say things that make me insane.
Well, then you just go.
Because you just said it was hard to believe. Troy, you believe that fucking that the government is putting aluminum chips in the sky, but a fucking passport on the floor is hard to believe. That's ridiculous to me.
Wow.
And we don't know.
Why is one thing more ridiculous than the other?
We don't know if the passport was in a bag.
Don't touch me. I don't want you touching me.
Oh my God!
Why don't want you touch me? I don't want you. Who the fuck you to be touching me?
I'm trying to talk to you.
You don't have to touch me. You can talk to me and not talk.
Why is he
touch
doing
me.
this? You see this?
Because what's your problem?
I'm not. I'm trying to have
every time
have a fun talk about conspiracy
Is
theories.
it fun?
It's fun. Yes,
Then, is this fun
really.
when I say something you go?
Because you said it was hard to believe. Meanwhile, everything that you defend is incredibly hard to believe. I think that's a solid point.
Okay, well they've done research to find aluminum in rainwater.
Okay, and they did research that they found Atta's passport. I don't think one thing is more ridiculous than the other. I think that's the only point I'm trying to make. I think they're equally ridiculous.
Well, I got your point.
It is kind of odd, though, that you would. This is the point. It's hard to believe that they add his passport. It is a hard thing. That is kind of an odd thing to have happen. They find a passport.
Yeah.
But yet, conspiracy theorists buy into the fact that 210-story buildings were wired with explosives.
Right. Now, what's more ridiculous?
Like the thing is, it is the way the facts are looked at. It's agenda driven. That's what I find difficult.
Yes, they try to make their own story make sense instead of looking for the facts.
Right.
That's what I see a lot.
And you hear the bullshit repeated, like with Kennedy, like, oh, Oswald was the good shot. You hear that repeated by everyone. It's like they actually watch Oliver Stone's movie and then just repeat what they heard.
Think that's the history
And
of
they
it.
also make like the passport story better. Who says it was in a bag? It could have just been in his front pocket, which makes it a little easier.
To make it through an explosion and the building crumbling?
A lot of shit made it through the explosion from the plane.
I think all the fuel was well behind Mohammed Atta.
He was in the front of the plane.
And a paper passport is going to make it through that big ball of flame.
No, the flame, the force of an explosion could easily blow somebody's possessions
right
out of the
out of the plane.
Out of the plane. It is, and it's such an odd thing to have happen, to find the passport, to think that would be their evidence. See, when they could have just as easily forged a note and left it in the hijacker's car at the airport.
I've never seen a picture of the passport.
No, but I've heard they found it.
I did too. Is it fucking burnt? Is there just a piece of it that they
I don't know what it was
Mohammed Atta's? Like, I don't know.
Do you know, Troy?
I don't know. I know that they've said they found it. But I've yet to see it.
And there's video and other records of him boarding this fucking plane.
They know he was on the
plane. They know he was the guy that
I'm not trying to convince you that it was remote control airplanes and the real planes landed. I don't know. A lot of people say too, maybe our government just looked the other way and let this happen. I don't know.
That would be more viable. That's something you could actually go, all right, maybe, but again, that involves people keeping their mouths shut, and
right.
I can't see people doing that. They can't keep their mouths shut about anything.
Yeah.
People are fucking blabbermouths.
And there's so many easier ways to accomplish. To think that this dumb government would actually plant a passport and go, see, that was the guy in the 90s. It's preposterous. It's such an odd thing to find.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable that they would find that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't plant that. You plant a note in the hijacker's car. It's that simple.
Yeah. I don't know.
To kill everybody.
Right,
Oh, look what we found. It's so much easier.
That's fine. It's a hard thing to believe.
All right, but this was about the birds.
Yeah. I don't know much about the birds. I mean, it's probably fireworks or lightning. That's my guess.
Are you giving up though?
No, I mean, look, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
Yes, you are.
I'm just thinking if
it
was some kind of gas or something, more than 5,000 birds would have been killed if there's millions in the sky.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
It's something odd.
Or did those birds have a weaker immune system and the gas got to them?
Dude, you know what conspiracy theorists have too? And it's a weird thing. And I'm not saying everyone for every conspiracy, but it's a weird, almost a safety that this stuff is being controlled by someone. It's almost a weird comfort in the fact that somebody is controlling things. Like they said on 9/11, like the idea that we were that vulnerable and got fucked that hard and genuinely couldn't stop it. It's frightening.
Yeah.
The idea that the government did it and could have is somehow oddly comforting, that even though the government is shit, at least they are in charge and protecting us. There was an ugly fear that God Almighty, we really did get our dick in our ass and did nothing about it to stop it.
We always thought there was some kind of safety in place.
We always thought it could be stopped.
And more importantly, homeless Ted Williams is on
now on CNN.
They're showing the video on CNN. This thing has exploded, and I'm telling you, this is going to end ugly for Ted Williams. I'm telling you, there's something else going on. Someone actually said really fast because it's on TV. Mike in Boston, go ahead, real fast.
Hey guys, if you replay the audio, when the homeless guy's talking about how he got his training and his education and his voice and all that other stuff, he then says he got into alcohol, drugs, and some other things.
Some other things is what they're going to look into.
What does he have going on there?
Those other things are what's going to get him.
I think a lot of media outlets are going to awkwardly cancel their interviews with Ted Williams within the next few hours.
We are not going to be speaking with him today. Something suddenly came up.
What do you think it's going to be?
Sex offense.
Really? You're going sex offense?
I'm going sex offense.
Maybe.
Yeah. Look at this. They got Scott. This guy's from Magic. Yeah, they got this guy. We'll
have all the details coming up in the
Wrong. All right, whatever. Yeah, they're all talking to this guy today.
Moose is on it.
We lose on this one. We try to get him on our show, but we're way late to the party. So, all right, Troy.
All right.
We want you to continue having questions.
Just keep thinking,
because there are people out there. I could go to the phones they're with you.
Yeah,
they have questions too. But I don't like that you just gave up on the birds thing within a day. I felt the pressure of the radio
he's being
show.
Sarcastic. He absolutely.
All right.
Is
So
not
what do you really think is
bird
happening with the birds? Say it.
You got me, man. I have no idea. I have no idea.
How come you don't yell at him like you yell at me?
Because he doesn't sit there and go every time I say something.
Well, you say dumb shit. That makes it elicits that response.
What's the dumb? You're saying that I'm saying shit that didn't even happen, Danny. You're like, oh, I'm telling you to watch this. I didn't tell you to watch it.
Why are you so making fun of this for? Why are you so mad at me today?
Because this is because every time I come in here and I say something that you don't like, this is what you do. Here, ready?
That's not ever what I do. I've never done that.
And then you huff and you puff.
Not only have I never done that. You gonna keep talking? You gonna keep talking?
There's no possibility just to have a regular discussion with you because
that's what I was trying to do.
Because you have little temper tantrums,
This is fucking
Danny.
radio. This is what radio is. You have fun conversations full of energy with other people. You don't just sit there and go,
why do these guys not throw temper tantrums and throw their microphones?
I wanted this. No
one is throwing temper tantrums.
You do.
And when I put the mic to the side, it's because I don't want to be because the mic is on. I want to get it the fuck away from me.
All right.
But
there's a way of doing it like this and then throwing it.
No,
because you're pissed off about something.
You are so fucking wrong, bro.
Am I bro? Am I bro? Bro?
Not mine.
I don't know what you just call me bro.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Am I bro?
I didn't mean it. It's a theory.
Oh, wow.
Must be a theory.
We'll debunk it.
All right.
Oh, man.
Love you, Danny.
Cool. Can't even look over there right now.
All right.
Who's getting an extended vacation from this conversation?
Hopefully me.
I predict a hospital stay as well.
It's a Quanspiracy.
Doesn't help that Danny made those, does it, Troy?
It's cool. I love it. Do another one.
No, I don't think.
Do another one.
All right, Troy.
Thanks.
There goes Troy. And all his music is playing.
That's all. Oh, that's funny. That's all the funny stuff.
He's not happy.
Oh, man.
Well, you know what it is? I just don't think he can't do that to you guys, so I'm the only one in the room. That's all.
Please. Well, Sam was saying it. That it is easy to get him a little off kilter.
Yeah.
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 Troy's a psychopath.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so
Yeah,
too.
there's something going on there, man. I don't know. There's something going on under that great head of hair.
I love it. All right, why don't we take a break? Louis C.K. is here today.
Is he here now?
It's been a while. I don't know.
Very.